This is a monthly tarot reading for the Sun sign Gemini for the month of January. In this reading, I'm going to take out cards to know Gemini. What is the area of improvement or focus for you? What is the strength you can work with to overcome any difficulties or challenges that may show up? How will be your social interactions? What is it that is unexpected and coming your way? And how's overall the month of January looking? Now, wherever I see energy needs to be balanced, I will do Reiki distance healing to balance the chakras for you. So let us see what is the guidance from tarot. Now, please note that this is a general reading and not everything in this reading will apply to all Gemini. And whatever may apply will vary in the intensity. So, what is the area of focus or improvement for you? What is the strength you can work with? How will be your social interactions? What is it that is unexpected and coming your way? And how's overall the month of January? So, Gemini, some of you are struggling and you probably feel that there is just too much work which shows up without any due consideration of what you can and how much you can handle. It's quite possible some of you are overloaded with work, or you just deal with truckload of work on a daily basis and it's leaving you very tired and draining. Now, when this energy shows up, it also means that you're taking a stand against a lot of people, or you're holding on to your conviction when a lot of people are disagreeing with you. So, Gemini, you want to pick your fight with a lot of wisdom. Is it worth the time and effort to fight this conviction or hold your ground? Or are you making something small that's not so important, a very important subject, or making it something of lot of focus? So, a lot of thinking through to be done, and maybe some moderation should come along. If you feel that you are the only one who's stacked against probably 10 people on a regular basis, and that just increases your lot of stress level. Some of you may be, while you may be right with your thought and you may have lot to show for and lot to show as a some kind of a result what you may have gotten in the past, the guidance is maybe these people are thinking slightly differently and they want you to change your ways, or maybe they are not looking for the perfect result, they are looking for more of an inclusive result. So you may have to just use your perspective or moderate your stand. If you feel you're perennially the lone warrior or a fighter, it may also sometimes put you out of league with a lot of people. A lot of people may choose to not deal with you or work with you because you seem to take a stand. Now, it doesn't mean that it's happening with you. Right now, I'm getting a guidance that you're actually winning, proving everyone wrong, which is good. A lot of people may look up to you, but don't make it a situation about you versus some people. You may want to work with them. Even if you're winning, you don't want to continue with this energy because you seem to be trying all by yourself. Either you win some people over, and if you've been trying for quite some time and you're not able to win these people over, it may be time to just moderate yourself a bit and go along with what they may have to say. Now, what is the strength you can work with? In the month of January, you want to focus on teamwork and creating a lot of understanding. It's quite possible that sometimes you don't let emotions be part of any decision making or how you do things. You would rather have other person come as much half the way in your work situation or in a relationship as much you are doing. Now, the thing with being in a relationship or emotionally when we are dealing with people is you can never really truly measure who's done how much. So if you always hold people responsible or you take them to task for not doing as much as you do, there is a lot of scope for misunderstanding and fights that can come up. So, first of all, go bit easy, Gemini. And second is, don't necessarily start measuring that I made a call first, now it's his or her turn to make a call, or I did this, now you do this. So you cannot really keep a tab when you're dealing with people. So you may just want to emotionally also broaden the way you deal with people and overlook a lot of mistakes they are doing. Also, if some relationships are not working for you, Gemini, it may be time to call it off. If you feel that you necessarily want someone to come either half the way or slightly more than half the way in a relationship, and you feel that they have continuously disappointed you, it may be time to just take a decision to move on. Because this energy is about two people who are not talking, two people who are not happy, and whether it's you who's unreasonable or the other person is not doing enough, whichever way it is, you may want to just do away with this energy if it is not working out for you. Or you can broaden your emotional concessional circle and start to give more concession and overlook a lot of mistakes. If you feel you can't do that, this relationship is not going anywhere. Some of you may be stuck in a long distance relationship where the two of you are not talking anymore and there's nothing happening in the relationship as well. So maybe time to take some difficult decisions and tough calls here. So how's your social interactions looking? You are some kind of a perfection chaser, Gemini. You like to do things the way you are convinced and how you believe they are set right. Then you also want people to step up to the plate, and maybe something of a understanding or connecting with the potential partner is not happening. And then when I look at the social scene, it's telling me that sometimes you're searching for something that may not in reality be possible to achieve. Now, it's quite possible that maybe in your work situation, if you set yourself a goal, you can probably achieve it because it's easy to work and crunch numbers or probably, get a lot of things done and they can be measured. But when I'm looking at the card in your social interactions, it's telling me maybe sometimes you're searching for those qualities which are just not possible. Maybe you're looking for some devotion from friends in your social interactions, or you want some other kind of very deep bond. So you have to first of all get very realistic that people are end of the day bound to disappoint, and they may not always be perfect because they truly don't know what is it that you expect unless you have of course stated it in as many words and statements that this is what you expect them to do in a certain situation. So you have to understand that people will always do their best if they connect with you, and if they fall short, then to punish them or to not continue with that friendship may be something of a very serious reaction that you may be doing in your social interactions. I'm also seeing that you need to be a bit realistic. Some of you are setting such high standards in relationships, in social interactions, even at your workplace, that you are bound to set for few disappointments along the line. First of all, go a bit easy and be very realistic of what and how much can come through from a relationship or people, yeah, and be very willing to work with mistakes and flaws. You cannot have anyone who's so truly perfect and they understand you as much as you may want them to, yeah. So little bit of energies of someone who's setting very high standards, and then being not being ready for some disappointment. So Gemini, there is a lot of moderation that you should look at doing, and don't expect for people to step up to some standards what they are not aware of. Now, what is it that is unexpected and coming your way? Unexpectedly, there's a delay in some travel. So, I do see if you're planning to travel to some place, or maybe there is some work related travel that's probably scheduled for you, there is certain delay. It's quite possible that instead of going and meeting some people for work business, you may have to attend to something in your family, real urgent or quick, for whatever reason. Maybe there's a celebration, maybe there is some marriage, but it's looking like certain work, office related work will be delayed or travel will be delayed because you were required home or to attend to some urgency in your personal life. So how's overall the month of January? It is a winning month. I see this king. This king is capable of lot of detailing, planning way ahead of time and not making many mistakes. So one of the reasons why you may be doing well and you're able to convince people even when you are the only one championing a thought is you think through and you know your thought process is very strong and right. So while and you know this king does not allow a long leash. This king holds people, situations, and whatever that he sets out on a very small leash. He wants things his way, in even in a very microscopic way. So sometimes you are too detail oriented, Gemini, and that may be creating a lot of headache for you. So you can just ease a bit. You can just allow a little bit more room for people to move around and maybe creatively make changes into certain plans that you may have given them or told them to do. Yeah. So you may, and this king is not about creativity. This king is all about success, thinking through, and very, very logical and practical. So sometimes people are very creative, and while they may fail once or twice, they can always show you a new perspective. So Gemini, just be very willing to take in a new opinion on board. While you're always right, this king rarely makes mistakes because he's very attentive and he pays attention. So while you're always right, and it's quite possible that even if people who don't agree with you admire you for your ability to think through and create so much success, you may still be wanting to hear the other person's perspective out and give it a try. Yeah, so it's just a change in the style of doing things. So overall it's a very successful month. I see a king, so it's telling me you will solidify a certain position of authority, or maybe if some of you're looking for a promotion, it should come through. There's a great communication. You will be able to get the work done, or probably if there is some kind of difficulty in relationship which may be going on, you will be able to communicate and smoothen that out. But overall there is a bit of a work that you can do, and go easy on people and not hold them hard on task because they made some mistakes or missed out on what you expected them to do. So when I look at these cards, all your cards are very good. Only I want to charge is your heart chakra. I want you to have more love and affection and forgiveness in your heart when people make mistakes. So I'm going to take out 7 cards corresponding to 7 chakras in the body. We have root chakra, sacral, solar plexus, heart chakra, throat, third eye, and the crown chakra. I will only be turning over is the guidance on the heart chakra, and I will be charging it with the Reiki distance healing. So there is root chakra, sacral, solar plexus, heart chakra, throat, third eye, and the crown chakra. So I will be charging your heart chakra with Ace of Cups. Someone who's able to receive and give lot of love, yeah, and that too very easily. So Ace of Cups is in one of these cards. So now I'm going to charge your heart chakra with King of Cups. If I don't get King of Cups, then I will charge it with equally an understanding card, which is the Temperance. I did have Temperance here. So I'm first looking for is if I get King of Cups. I do have King of Cups.